Hello students, welcome again to this next video lecture. And before proceeding further, this next video lecture that is about self-discipline, let me have a revise. That is, in previous video lecture we have studied about the personality analysis or personality development and the different perspectives of Sigmund Freud and Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda has given 5 dimensions of the personality, okay, and Sigmund Freud has given 3 structures of our personality. Those are id, ego, and superego. Okay, so those things we have already discussed in the previous lecture, and we are right now studying about the self-discipline. So here in the first quotation, it is given, it is very beautifully mentioned here about the discipline. What is that? Self-discipline. See here, while uneducated birds and beasts know how to lead regulated lives, alas, man endowed with intelligence doesn't lead a disciplined life. So what is saying of this proverb is that although birds and beasts are uneducated, but they know well how to lead regulated lives, and man, in contrast to them, man has gifted power, or man has gifted intelligence, but he doesn't lead a disciplined life. So this is the contrast in our day-to-day life we are facing. Okay, birds and beasts are living a disciplined life, but we human being, we people, although educated, although have logic, although have rational skills, rationality, we don't lead a disciplined life. Okay, so Colin Powell says that, who is US Army General, he says that there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. So these all things, preparation, hard work, and learning from failure, these provokes the self-discipline. It is included in the self-discipline. So discipline is a training. It's like a training that is expected to produce a specific character and pattern of behavior. So if you are disciplined, your character will be specific, your behavior of pattern will be specific. Okay, again this is a training, is kind of training. Discipline is a training that produces moral or mental improvement. Okay, if you are disciplined, you will improve morally. Then if you are disciplined, you will control your behavior. Okay, if you are disciplined, you will lead systematic life, you will have systematic method to obtain obedience, you will be obedient person if you are disciplined. Again, you will have a state of order based upon submission to rules and authority. Okay, means you will be punctual if you are well disciplined person. So this is the importance of discipline. So throughout the presentation we are going to see the what is self discipline, what is discipline, what is the importance of self discipline, and how we can lead to a successful life, how we can accomplish our goals or targets gradually. Okay, so here three cases are given. Case 1 is related to Myra, and what are her action. Okay, after observing the three cases, you must realize who is the disciplined person. Myra, either Myra, John, or third person is given whose name is Smith. Who is the disciplined person? You have to identify that. So case 1 is related to Myra. So see here what happens with her. So Myra's boss has given her a task which she must finish by the following day. But when lunchtime approaches, her colleagues ask her to go to lunch with them. She knows they tend to eat and chat for a long time. Miss Myra knows that uh, every day they call her for eat, and they have a habit to chat for a long time. But she wants to finish her work on time. She ought to eat a quick lunch and come back to the office. Yet she is very tempted to say yes, as she wants to find out the latest office gossip. She has wished to join with them. Okay, but she didn't do that. Okay, because she knows that they discuss only office gossip. Then John had agreed. Say, case 2 is that John had agreed to go to his grandmother's birthday celebration on Sunday, but when he gets an assignment that he must submit on Monday, he has second thought and thinks of staying at home to do his assignment. This is the case 2. Okay, and case 3, Smith has decided to come punctually for class and has succeeded for 4 days. But on Friday, when the alarm clock sounds, he feels tempted to sleep another 10 minutes. He thinks, it's Friday and I stayed up late working on my assignment. Besides, my other classmates don't all come on time anyway. So this is the difference between the actions or feelings or emotions or the thinking level. There is difference between these 3 people, that is Myra, John and Smith. So get an idea who are the disciplined person or who is the disciplined person and who is not. Okay, it is up to you. So self discipline is the ability to get yourself to take action regardless of your emotional state. Is whatever you have emotions in your mind, you should leave it aside and you should get on the track regarding your target. Then it is ability to control yourself. So here in these 3 cases, someone has controlled themselves and someone has not controlled their emotions, feelings. Okay, then self discipline means that you have to be very determined to achieve the goals you have set. Okay, you should be determined. You have already set your target, your goal, and you should stick up with that goal, and that is called here self discipline. Again, what is discipline? See here, saying no or saying yes, and to what we will say no and to what we will say yes. So say here, see, saying no to things that will keep you from reaching your goals and saying yes to things that will enable you to reach your objectives, that thing is called a discipline. So to be a self disciplined person, you have to be able to control your feelings and desires and also behave with their responsibility without orders. Okay, if you want to be a controlled, or if you want to be a disciplined person, you have to control your feelings and desires and also behave with responsibility without orders. Okay, and push yourself to improve. You always push yourself to improve. That is possible when you follow the discipline. So you will get the analogy, you will get the conclusion, you will get the core information about the discipline. That is, self discipline is like a muscle. It is like a muscle. So the more you train it, the stronger you will become, and the less you train it, the weaker you will become. Okay, so always train your discipline. If you train properly, you will become stronger in discipline, and if you train less, you will become weaker in self discipline. So it's not negative restraint but positive life management. Okay, it brings selfish desires under control. Every person has selfish desires. No one is very pious, or no one is doing the things except the benefit of his or her. Okay, someone is also following the selfishness, but in what extent? In large extent or small extent? How much you will be selfish? You should leave aside. So it brings selfish desires under control in order to achieve a greater end, and to work hard to control your emotions, actions and impulses, and to give your best in every situation is self discipline. So the loss of self control can lead to violent or self destructive behaviors. So keep your emotions, keep your particular systematic behavioral pattern, control yourself. Okay, so if you lose your control, you will lead yourself to the violence or self destructive behaviors. Okay, again, next point is that foundation of self discipline. There are some features, there are some pillars of self discipline we will study in forthcoming slides. So let us discuss about the foundation. What is the foundation of the self discipline? So the foundation of self discipline is the ability to control one's thoughts, actions, attitudes and feelings. So in previous cases, Myra and John could able to control themselves. They could control the emotions. John control emotions to join the birthday party of his grandmother. Myra also controlled her emotions to join the lunch and gossips, and both of them came on the track. Okay, so that is the foundation of self discipline. It means that you should control your thoughts, attitude, actions, and feelings. So willpower also plays a very vital role to be a self confident, self disciplined person. So what is that willpower? So it is the inner strength to make a decision, take action, and handle and execute any aim or task until it is accomplished, regardless of inner and outer resistance, discomfort, or difficulties. That is your inner strength. Again, willpower bestows the ability to overcome laziness. If you have a good willpower, strong willpower, you will overcome laziness. You will overcome temptations, negative habits, and to carry out actions, even if they require effort, or unpleasant and tedious, or are contrary to your one's habits. Okay, any action is given to you, assignment is given to you, or any task is given to you, although it is not legitimate for you, although it is not possible for you, but as a self disciplined person you have to complete that. Okay, because you have that ability, you have that willpower to complete that task. Again, manifestation of self discipline. Where you will manifest your self discipline? It manifests as the ability to stick to actions, thoughts, and behavior which lead to improvement and success. If you are stick up with your actions, your thoughts and behaviors, automatically you will lead to improvement and success. Again, self discipline is a self control. It is like a self control, and it manifests in spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical discipline. Okay, and next point is that a question is raised here: how self discipline will help you out? If you get the self discipline, if you practiced with the self discipline, if you have that self discipline, what will happen? So self discipline will boost your self esteem. Then self discipline will help you to accomplish your goals. Self discipline will give you the ability to change your life any way you like. Self discipline will help you to be more decisive. Self discipline will help you develop your inner strength. And it is required, self discipline is required for doing a good job, for studying, building a business, losing weight, bodybuilding and physical exercises, maintaining good relationships, changing habits, self improvement, meditation, spiritual growth, keeping and carrying out promises, and for almost everything else. Okay, no doubt self discipline will help you to get the success, but for self discipline these things are required. Okay, so self discipline, we all, up to this moment we observe what is self discipline, or we studied what is discipline. So what is not self discipline? So self discipline is not living a limiting or restrictive lifestyle. It doesn't mean being narrow minded or living like a beggar. Okay, you cannot say that the beggar is self disciplined. We cannot say that beggar has self discipline. If he would be a self disciplined person, he will not be begging on the roadside. Okay, so it is one of the pillars of success and power. It is self discipline is a pillar of success and power. It bestows the inner strength to focus on your energy, on your goal, and persevere until it is accomplished. Okay, that is your inner strength. Again, some people cannot get the success. Why? Because they lack self discipline. And why people lack self discipline? See here, a common personality characteristic is a desire for immediate short term gratification. Means someone wants instant gratification. That is your id. In previous video lecture we have already studied that id prompts you to get the instant gratification. It has pleasure principle. Likewise, a common personality, it is our common personality characteristics. the desire for immediate short-term gratification. This means that rather waiting for something happen in future, most people prefer to have or experience something right now without waiting, and because of that they lack self-discipline. So there are 5 pillars of self-discipline. There are 8 features of self-discipline. So let us discuss first the pillars of self-discipline, and first is the acceptance. So these, let me clear here what are the 5 pillars. First is the acceptance, second willpower, third hard work, fourth industry, and fifth is persistence, that is commitment. So acceptance, so acceptance means that it is one of the pillars of self discipline. So acceptance means that you perceive reality accurately, you perceive the reality as it is accurately and consciously, and consciously acknowledge what you perceive. You realize what you want by observing that reality, and that is called here, you are ready to accept that, you are ready to get the challenge according to that environment, according to the reality, that is called here acceptance. Second pillar of the discipline is that willpower. So what is willpower? We have already studied. It is the inner strength, and it bestows the ability to overcome laziness. Then third pillar is that hard work, and hard work is that which challenges you. Okay, being healthy is your hard work. Finding and maintaining a successful relationship is hard work. Raising kids is hard work. Getting organized is hard work. Setting goals, making plans to achieve them, and staying on track is hard work. So these are the examples of hard work that you follow in your day-to-day life. Then next, fourth pillar is of self-discipline is industrious. Industrious means to always involve in work. You are busy, always busy in working. That is called industrious. Udyamshil, Udyamshilata. Okay, so industry is working hard on time. In contrast to hard work, being industrious doesn't necessarily mean doing work that is challenging or difficult. It simply means putting in the time. That work may be difficult. You may complete it in time, or you may not complete in time. But out of 100%, you have completed 80% work. That is called here industrious. But you live as it is without completing 100% task. You live as it is not called here to be industrious. So you can be industrious doing easy work or hard work. And last pillar of the self discipline, fifth pillar of self discipline is persistence. Persistence means to get the commitment, to complete the commitment. Okay, persistence is the ability to maintain action regardless of your feelings. That Myra and John were persistent to work that work which was given to them, allotted to them. Okay, so when you work on any big goal, your motivation will wax and wane like waves hitting the shore. Okay, your motivation will come to you or will go back. That is called here wax and wane like waves hitting the shore. Sometimes you will feel motivated, sometimes you won't, but it's not your motivation that will produce results, it's your actions. Some means you will observe motivational videos, you will listen motivational speeches. Okay, sometimes it may be useful. Okay, it may give you charge, it may give you energy, but not always. Your work will be completed, your target will be completed when you take the actions, when you do the actions. Okay, so persistence allows you to keep taking actions even when you don't feel motivated to do so, and therefore you keep accumulating results. Okay, so these are the 5 pillars of self-discipline. So examples are given here, so just observe, introspect about these examples. I show self-discipline when I finish my course before playing. I show self-discipline when I accept that things do not always go my way. Means we always say that things should be done according to my attitude, according to my style, according to my working style. Okay, but it won't happen always, it won't happen often. Okay, you may realize that. Then there are 5 principles of self discipline. Just we observe the 5 pillars of self discipline, and let us have a 5 principles of self discipline. So first principle is that it is easier to face difficult tasks than it is to avoid them. Okay, you should not avoid the task, whether it is very much difficult or whatever it is. You should accept that difficult task, and anyhow you try to complete it. Okay, rather to avoid it. Again, second principle is that it is more important to do than to do well. Means someone will not expect you 100% correct. You may have some lacunas, you may have some faults, you may have some mistakes, but you have to complete it because you should feel that it is important. Again, divide large tasks into smaller ones. Means analyze what you did correctly and what you did incorrectly. Fourth, that is the fourth principle. Third principle is that divide large tasks into smaller ones. If it is bigger one, divide it, spill it. Fourth is analyze what you did correctly and what you did incorrectly. Fifth principle is reward yourself. Give your reward yourself. Whatever you have done right, and penalize yourself for whatever you have done wrong. So these are the 5 principles. Next is 8 ways to develop self-discipline. So take responsibility is the first way to develop your self-discipline. Take responsibility. Realize the fact effort is needed sorry, to achieve any task. Nothing done means nothing achieved. If you don't do anything, you do not get anything. That's why take responsibility. Second way is that acknowledge that you will tend to resist change. Expect to hit the silent whisper of procrastination and laziness. Persist to accomplish your tasks anyway. Okay, put away your procrastination and laziness. Then third is visualize completing the task. Visualize, imagine that you are completing the task. Fourth is act, just do it, take the actions. Fifth, remember your accomplishments. Means remember your victory, remember your previous victory. Keep a journal of your own successes and read it often. The more joy you get in finishing projects or tasks, the more you will be motivated next endeavor. If you are failure in previous tasks, move it aside, just focus on your success. Then change your focus. Do not focus on the effort, but focus on the pleasure you get finishing something that you started. Okay, don't focus on the effort. Means you will feel that I am taking very much effort. Rather than you should focus on the pleasure. You will get the pleasure in future after completing the task that is allotted to you. Then be firm. Be firm. Remember that the world will be easy on those who are hard on themselves. Okay, that's why you should be firm. Then 8th way to develop self-discipline is the seek to do things that you avoid. Successful person try to complete the work which was left incomplete by someone else. Okay, so this keeps you nimble and develops the habit of doing what is good rather than what feels good. Okay, so successful people are people who have the self-discipline to do things that others avoid. Okay, so these are the 8 ways to develop self-discipline. Those are: take responsibility, acknowledge yourself, visualize your task, act, remember your accomplishments, change your focus, be firm, seek to do things that you avoid. Means the things you are going to avoid, just try to complete it. So these are the ways to develop self-discipline. Okay, I hope that you have got good information, you have got positive information about the personal development as well as self-discipline, and I also hope that you will utilize this self-discipline in your career in your college life, in your day-to-day life, in your post-college life. Okay, so this is the things that we wanted to discuss with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot and good day.